Hello everyone. Today we'll have a new lesson about the online safety, security, and rules of Netiquette. Internet safety. It refers to the online security or safety of people and their information when using internet. While Netiquette is a network etiquette, the do's and don'ts of online communication. There are 10 rules of Netiquette. Rule number 1. Remember the human. You need to remember that you are talking to a real person when you are online. The internet brings people together who would otherwise never meet. Remember the saying when sending an email, would I say this to the person's face? Rule number 2. Adhere to the same standards online that you follow in real life. You need to behave the same way online that you do in real life. You need to remember that you can get caught doing things you should not be doing online just like you can in real life. You are still talking to a real person with feelings even though you can't see them. Rule number 3. Know where you are in cyberspace. Always take a look around when you enter a new domain when surfing the web. Get a sense of what the discussion group is about before you join it. Rule number 4. Respect the other people's time and bandwidth. Remember, people have other things to do besides read your email. You are not the center of their world. Keep your posts and emails to minimum by saying what you want to say. Remember, everyone won't answer your questions. Rule number 5. Make yourself look good online. Be polite and pleasant to everyone. Always check your spelling and grammar before posting. Know what you are talking about and make sense saying it. Rule number 6. Share expert knowledge. Ask questions online. Share what you know online. Post the answers to your questions online because someone may have the same questions you do. Rule number 7. Help keep flame wars under control. Netiquette does not forgive flaming. Netiquette does, however, forbid people who are blaming to hurt discussion groups by putting the group down. Rule number 8. Respect other people's privacy. Do not read other people's mail without their permission. Going through other people's things could cost you your job or you could even go to jail. Not respecting other people's privacy is a bad netiquette. Rule number 9. Don't abuse your power. Do not take advantage of other people just because you have more knowledge or power than them. Treat others as you would want them to treat you if the roles were reversed. And rule number 10. Be forgiving of other people's mistakes. Do not point out mistakes to people online. Remember that you were once the new kid on the block. You still need to have a good manners even though you are online and cannot see the person face to face. Let's proceed to internet security. In confidentiality, wherein one of the security requirement triad, the most important is data confidentiality and privacy. While under the integrity, the important is data integrity and system integrity. And another security requirement triad is the availability. How about threat consequence and threat action? For the threat consequence, for example, unauthorized disclosure, a circumstance or event whereby an entity gains access to data for which the entity is not authorized, the threat action will be first, exposure. Sensitive data are directly released to an unauthorized entity. Next, the interception. An unauthorized entity directly accesses sensitive data traveling between authorized sources and destinations. Next, inference, wherein a threat action whereby an unauthorized entity indirectly accesses sensitive data by reasoning from characteristics or byproducts of communications. And intrusion, or an unauthorized entity gains access to sensitive data by circumventing a system's security protections. Another example is for the disruption, wherein a circumstances or event that interrupts or prevents the correct operation of system services and functions, and the deception, wherein a circumstance or event that may result in an authorized entity receiving false data and believing it to be true. The threat action in terms of incapacitation is prevents or interrupts system operation by disabling a system component. Another is corruption, wherein undesirably alters system operation by adversely modifying system functions or data. For obstruction, a threat action that interrupts delivery of system services by hindering system operation. Next is the masquerade. An unauthorized entity gains access to a system or performs a malicious act by posing as an unauthorized entity. Another is falsification, wherein false data deceive an authorized entity, and repudiation, or an entity deceives another by falsely denying responsibility for an act. Another example for threat consequence is the usurpation, wherein a circumstances or event that results in control of system services or functions by an unauthorized entity, then the threat action will be misappropriation, or an entity assumes an unauthorized logical or physical control of a system resource. Another example is also the misuse, wherein it causes a system component to perform a function or service that is detrimental to system security. So let's proceed to the types of system intruders. Types of system intruders are masquerader, hackers, and clandestine users. Let's talk about parts of virus. So the parts of virus are infection mechanism, trigger, and payload. What are the virus stages? First, the dormant phase, wherein virus is idle. Next is propagation phase, wherein virus places an identical copy of itself into other programs or into certain system areas on the disk. Next is the triggering phase, wherein virus is activated to perform the function for which it was intended, caused by a variety of system events. Then the execution phase, wherein function is performed. So there are some important key terms to remember. Cybercrime. It is a crime committed or assisted through the use of the internet. Next, privacy policy or terms of services or TOS tells the user how the website will handle its data. Malware stands for malicious software. Virus, a malicious program designed to transfer from one computer to another in any means possible. Worms, a malicious program designed to replicate itself and transfer from one file folder to another and also transfer to other computers. Trojan, a malicious program design that is disguised as a useful program, but once downloaded or installed, leaves your PC unprotected and allows hackers to get your information. Spyware, a program that runs in the background without you knowing it. It has the ability to monitor what you are currently doing and typing through key logging. Adware, a program designed to send you advertisements, mostly pop-ups. Spam, unwanted email mostly from bots or advertisers. Phishing, acquires sensitive personal information like passwords and credit card details. Harming, a more complicated way of phishing where it exploits the DNS system. Copyright, a part of law wherein you have the rights to work. Anyone who uses it without their consent is punishable by law. Fair use means that an intellectual property may be used without consent as long as it is used in commentaries, criticism, parodies, research, and so on. Keyloggers, used to record the keystrokes done by user. This is done to steal passwords or any other sensitive information. Next, RAG security software. It is a form of malicious software and internet fraud that misleads users into believing there is a virus on their computer and manipulates them into paying money for a fake malware removal tool. Then let's discuss the 4 search strategies. First, the keyword searching. Enter terms to search. Use quotation marks to search as a phrase and keep the words linked together. Common words are ignored like that, to, which, and the. Plus sign and minus sign can be used to include or exclude a word. Next search strategy is the Boolean. And, wherein enter words connect with and, it will include sites where both words are found. It uses joining different topics like global warming and California. Next is the or. Requires at least one of the terms is found. It uses for join similar or synonymous topics, for example, global warming or greenhouse effect. Next search strategy is under Boolean also, the NAT, wherein searches for the first term and excludes sites that have the second term, for example, Washington, not school. Next search strategy, the question. A question may be answered in the search field of search engine. And next is the advanced. Features are offered on many engines by going to an advanced search page and making selections. Effective in narrowing search returns to a specific topic or phrase. That's all for the discussion about the online safety, security, and rules of Netiquette. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.